I've been working at a department store in New York for 10 years. I joined this company as a mid-career hire. By then, I was already an experienced employee. But suddenly, a new department called store support was established in our branch. And from managers to those in their 30s, dozens of us were transferred. Most of us were single, demoted with this move, and those with managerial positions were stripped of their titles. Because of this, many, including myself, saw a significant decrease in our annual income. In the rapidly worsening economy, it was difficult to see an immediate improvement in performance. It seems they wanted to cut costs by reducing the number of staff with titles. In store support, our main task was to assist in sales, like organizing shelves in the store, something usually done by new employees. I can't believe this is happening to me. There must be others more suited for this. No matter how much I lamented, the situation wouldn't change. I had no choice but to accept this new reality. And so, I started my new role in the branch office. Even with all that was going on, there was one good thing about my transfer. It was that the woman I had been interested in was working at the same branch. Her name was Emily. She's 2 years older than me and my boss in this department. She was demoted to this new department too. When I first joined the company, she was assigned to train me. She was quick and meticulous at work, and on top of that, she was as beautiful as a model. She had a calm demeanor and was popular among the male staff. She looked sophisticated but is naturally clumsy and a bit scatterbrained. I was immediately smitten by her endearing qualities. Hearing that she was also transferred here brightened my mood, even if just a little. However, I heard she's in a long-distance relationship. So, my love for her is likely unrequited. But that's okay. I'm content just secretly admiring her from afar. I bet there are many others who feel the same. There's another beautiful employee at this branch. Her name is Megan Smith, who joined a year ago. She's a recent graduate but quick to learn and understands the organization well. I was impressed by how smart she was for a newcomer. Initially, Emily and I guided her, but she quickly became independent. Megan has a cool and mature aura and is talkative once you get to know her. Emily, Megan, and I, connected through our mentor roles, became good friends and would often go out for drinks after work. During this time, we got a new boss transferred from another store to our department. My name is Michael. I'm really excited to join this branch. Nice to meet you all. He said that with a bright smile, greeting everyone. Despite being demoted, he seemed very positive. There was something unique about his vibe. Michael was in his mid-40s, tall, fairly handsome, with a suntan complexion, and dressed head to toe in branded clothing. Seeing that, I thought he might be a bit of a narcissist. Apparently, he's not married. While greeting the staff, I couldn't help but notice that he seemed particularly focused on Emily. It was almost as if he was sizing her up from head to toe. I had a bad feeling about this. After a while, we started to understand what kind of person he was. He was quick to slack off, even at the office. Taking advantage of the fact that there were hardly any executives at this branch, he'd leave work to the male employees and go bother his favorite female colleagues. Emily and Megan were among them. Hey, did you know a new bar just opened up near the station? Let me take you there sometime. Let me know when you're free. I go to the gym every evening after work. Oh, okay. Megan would casually brush Michael off, and eventually, he stopped bothering her. But kind-hearted Emily always responded politely to his annoying approaches. Oh, really? A new place? I didn't know that. Then Michael, possibly misunderstanding her politeness, started hitting on her. At first, he would just casually invite her for a drink in front of other employees, with a sleazy grin, saying, "How about we go out for a drink?" just the two of us, tonight. But gradually, he became more persistent and intrusive. When Emily changed her hairstyle, he even said, "You look pretty, it suits you," and stroked her hair. She clearly looked uncomfortable. Concerned, I suggested to her, "Maybe you should talk to someone higher up about this." But she just gave her eye smile and said, "It's okay, there'll probably be another department transfer soon, so I can bear it a bit longer." Megan was also worried about Emily. Emily was an admired senior colleague to her. That's why she couldn't stand Michael's behavior. When we had lunch together, Megan angrily said that Michael, instead of bothering Emily, he should be working. "I can't stand men like him." Still, Emily replied, "Thanks for worrying, but I don't want to make a big issue out of it. You know, people like him can be troublesome when angered. Let's just see how it goes for a while." True, I guess so. Feeling helpless and frustrated that I couldn't do anything to help Emily, I racked my brain for a solution but couldn't think of a good one. Then, after some time, I witnessed something. It was when I was leaving work. Oh no, I left my work cell phone on my desk. I must have forgotten it there. I need it for an early morning visit to a store tomorrow. If I stopped by the office, I'd be late. So, I went back to the office. There, I saw Michael and Emily in front of the building's entrance. He was standing next to Emily, urging her, "Come on, let's go for a drink today." She gently refused. "I can go with just you. Let's go with everyone next time." But he persisted. I stepped in front of them and said, "Good work today." Emily looked relieved. I signaled her with my eyes, and she quickly said, "Well then, I'll be heading off now," trying to leave. Then Michael grabbed her hand and said, "Come on, it's just for a bit. I heard you're not even seeing your boyfriend much. It's fine as long as no one finds out. Let me treat you tonight." I couldn't stay silent anymore and blurted out, "Michael, stop it. Can't you see she is uncomfortable? You have nothing to do with this. She wants to go for a drink too, right?" Michael turned to Emily for agreement, saying, "Right," but she just looked down silently. Still smiling, he said, "No woman has ever not fallen for me." I was astonished at his confidence. Then he reached for Emily's arm again. I couldn't hold back any longer and shouted at him, "Enough already. Can't you see she's not interested?" Emily's face tensed and he looked irritated. I continued, "If you keep this up, I'll report you to the headquarters. You could get disciplined, you know." Michael snapped back, "What kind of way is that to talk to your boss?" But I replied, "Isn't your behavior the real problem here?" Then Emily finally spoke up, "Please, stop this." Then she took my hand and said, "Let's go," and we left the place together. Michael glared at me as Emily led me away. I could hear him mutter a parting shot from behind, "You'll remember this." We walked in silence for a while until she thanked me. "Thanks for back there. Sorry you got dragged into this." Her expression was somber. She must have been scared of his advances. I felt even more resentful towards him. After that incident, I started receiving harassment from Michael. He would yell at me in front of customers, dump difficult customer complaints on me, and create unnecessary work to burden me with. He even pretended to stumble once to spill coffee on me. It was like dealing with a grade schooler. He usually harassed me when other employees weren't watching. So, most staff members were unaware of the full extent of his behavior. But of course, Emily and Megan knew. Michael was up to his weird antics again. "I'm really sorry this is affecting you." Emily always had a look of apology on her face. Some time passed, and Megan called me over. "I can't stand him anymore. Leave him to me," she said determinedly. Confused, I asked, What are you planning?" Megan just grinned mysteriously. The next day, something surprising happened, and I understood the meaning behind her words. A human resources manager from the parent company arrived at the branch. "I've been transferred here as of today. I'm Richard Smith from the group headquarters. Nice to meet you. Wait, Smith, you mean? Turns out, Megan was his daughter. That explained why she knew so much about the company's organization. Even among department heads, HR manager from the parent company held more clout. Michael was subservient in front of Richard. But Richard spoke sternly. I've heard about you from my daughter. It seems you're all play and no work. Apparently, Megan had been documenting Michael's poor work performance and harassment, even gathering video evidence. Michael was visibly shaken by Richard's arrival. Later, Richard called him for a meeting. He kept making excuses, but Richard only said, "Your disciplinary action will be formally announced later," and left. He was dejected, muttering, "This can't be happening." As Richard had declared, disciplinary action was taken against Michael. He was stripped of his managerial role and transferred to a rural store rumored to be closing. He was told he wouldn't be transferred elsewhere until he proved himself there. After Michael's departure, a woman who had previously been a manager was reinstated as the head of our branch. After that, Emily no longer faced any harassment, and peace returned to the branch. I thought I would continue to have enjoyable days as before. But it didn't turn out as smoothly as I hoped. One day, while having lunch with Emily and Megan, Emily had some news. "I've got something to tell you. I'm getting married, and I'm thinking of resigning." She suddenly revealed her plans for marriage and leaving the job. She was finally marrying her long-distance boyfriend. "Congratulations, Emily," Megan exclaimed happily. Her fiancé, who had been working overseas, proposed to her once his job settled down, and she decided to move abroad with him. She looked genuinely happy. Standing in front of her, I couldn't honestly feel happy about her marriage, and that made me feel pathetic. Although I said, "Congratulations," the shock was overwhelming. Maybe deep down, I harbored a secret hope that I still had a chance with her. A month later, Emily left the company. After some time, she sent me a photo with a message saying, "I got married," showing her happiness. I didn't respond. I couldn't. And so, my love for her ended. After that, I focused more on my work than ever before. Richard soon got transferred to the headquarters of our company, and he implemented improvements in the struggling organization. Thanks to him, our department, created for demotions, was dissolved, and now we're part of a team improving stores through marketing approaches. Since Emily's departure, Megan has been looking out for me. Maybe she realized I had an unrequited love for Emily. Megan is kind. She's usually cool, but shows a childlike side when it's just the two of us. I once blurted out to her, "Being with you feels like having a little sister." Then Megan puffed her cheeks and said, "Don't just decide I'm your sister. If anything, I'd rather be your girlfriend." Her face was adorable as she said that. Now, thanks to Megan, I'm gradually regaining my spirits. When we have lunch together, she's always cheerful and seems happy. Her smile is comforting. Hoping for happiness to come my way next, I will spend my days.